So Rick Santorum is known for saying stupid things, whether he's talking about the blah people or never getting the smart people on his side. You know, he famously said, look, we can get the smart people on our side. Well, that's essentially saying your own base is stupid. That's a ridiculous thing to say. But people who are not on his side today are the hosts of Morning Joe. Now, during the discussion on terrorism, Islamic terrorism, this happened. Take a look.
How do we work at the same time we're trying to stamp out Islamic radicalism, reach out aggressively to let Muslim Americans know that they are every bit as part of the American dream as you or me?
Well, the answer is I would ask that in reverse. What are they going to do to reach out to make sure that they are confronting
I don't think so. I mean, you saying that suggests, you, Joe. I mean, you saying that suggests, Rick, that 95% of Muslim Americans are complicit in the acts of, like, let's say, San Bernardino.
No one suggests, Joe. No one's suggesting that.
I don't know, dude. It kind of sounds like you're suggesting that. See, what's wrong is that we have this expectation that if anybody from a minority community, say if you're African American or Muslim or Latino, if anybody from that community commits a crime or an act of terror, the community itself must come out and, basically say, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. They must immediately grovel at the feet of everyone else. It's sort of like making everybody give a Melissa Harris Perry style teary apology every time some unrelated random person does a random act of violence or crime. That's ridiculous. But when it comes to white people, well, we don't have to apologize for the actions of other white people. And to my surprise, Mika Brzezinski comes in and actually makes that same argument. Watch this.
Well,
I mean, CARE is a good example of that. They are not.
Well, why aren't you working on white men with guns? I mean, come on, Rick Santorum.
Well,
you know better. You're a smart guy. You're telling Muslim Americans they all need to come out and talk about the tiny percentage of their community that has kind of, quite frankly, wreaked havoc. But yet, you look at the data of white men with guns wreaking havoc on this country. Why aren't white men all coming forward? Why don't you call on them to do that?
I actually am doing a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of things about trying to solve gun violence, and that primarily focuses on the family. Yeah, I mean,
being against people on the terror watch list, not being able to buy a gun.
Ooh, oh man, she just slapped him in the face. That was awesome. I mean, come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. You know better. You're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. What are you going to do about the white guys with guns? What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to focus on the family. Yeah, bullshit. While not doing anything about getting guns, people that can get guns right now that are on the terrorist watch list. Now, I realize there are issues with the terrorist watch list. For one, if you get on it, you can't get off of it. Okay, well, we need to look at that. But nonetheless, you're still allowing people who could be terrorists, I mean, they're on the watch list for some reason, to get guns. Not a great idea. So look, when it comes to Rick being a smart guy, no. Have you ever listened to him, Mika? I mean, you were just listening to him. He's not a smart guy. That does not sound like a smart person. But anyway, she absolutely nails him on his hypocrisy. I don't have to apologize for the nut who attacked Planned Parenthood, for example. White guy with a gun. I own a gun. Okay. So, I don't have to apologize for him. And neither should people who are pro-life Christians, right? Now, the people that should apologize are the people from the Center for Medical Progress. I mean, they made these bullshit videos about Planned Parenthood and made him think, or at least reinforce the belief, the false belief, that they're selling baby parts. Remember, this guy said no more baby parts as he was being arrested. And you heard him. You heard him in court. He's a warrior for the babies. He's a warrior for the babies. I think some of that rhetoric and some of those videos had something to do with his attack. But all white Christians? Now, imagine, if you will, in like Bizarro world, right? Where somebody said and demanded, hey, all you white Christians, y'all need to apologize for the actions of the Planned Parenthood shooter. You need to step up and be leaders in your community and apologize as a community, come together and denounce those actions by the Planned Parenthood shooter. You know what would happen? Heads would explode. Heads would explode. Fox News would be out there, like, their hair would be on fire. How dare you tell us to apologize? We will never apologize. How dare you? Fox News would, as I said, all of their people, like Brett Baer's hair would be on fire. Sean Hannity, his head would explode. Bill O'Reilly, you'd have to clean up what's left of him. It wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out. Just imagine the overreaction. But see, no one should be forced to apologize for something that they had nothing to do with just because they, for example, share the same skin color or the same religion. That is ridiculous and it's stupid. How about, instead of doing that, demanding apologies every time a black person does something wrong, or a Muslim or a jihadist, an Islamic extremist, does an act of terror? How about, instead of making the entire communities apologize, how about we go after the root causes, right? Let's go after the real causes. Fundamentalist religion, extremism, and yes, even Western intervention. The kind of Western intervention that causes the breakdown of order in the Middle East. Because maybe if we can address the core issues of this, we can actually instead, we can instead solve the problem. Instead of getting an entire religion to apologize for a tiny, tiny fraction of their base, that's batshit insane.